You're sitting with your pet. No words, no performance. And for the first time all day, you exhale. Not because anything was solved, because nothing was required of you. If you've ever felt more understood by an animal than by most people in your life, you are not unusual. You are not antisocial. And you are not avoiding people. Your nervous system is telling you something true. And once you understand what, it makes complete sense. Every human interaction has an invisible cost. Psychologists call it social monitoring. From the moment you're with another person, your brain is running a background scan. What does their face say? Am I saying the right things? Are they judging me? Do they like me less than before? This runs constantly, below your awareness. It consumes cognitive and nervous system energy, not because the person is threatening, because the brain treats social evaluation as a threat. Research confirms this. Social pain activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Being judged, being excluded, being evaluated. Your nervous system cannot fully distinguish these from danger. Now, sit with a dog. The social scanner switches off. No facial expressions to decode, no tone to analyze, no judgment about your job, your body, your past. The nervous system registers. I am safe. Not just emotionally safe, neurologically safe. And your nervous system exhales. That is not avoidance. That is relief. Now, let's talk about the chemistry. When you interact with an animal, your brain releases oxytocin. You know oxytocin from our previous videos, the bonding hormone, the trust chemical. But here is what most people don't know. The oxytocin released during human-animal interaction is measurably equal to human-human bonding. Research from Frontiers in Psychology confirms this. Your brain does not bond less to animals. It bonds the same, but without the threat scan. And cortisol drops. A Washington State University study found this. Just 10 minutes with a cat or dog produced significant cortisol reduction, even in people who don't own pets. A Tufts University study added something even more interesting. Teenagers with high pet attachment showed higher empathy toward other humans, not less connection to people. More. Trusting animals builds your capacity for human trust. It is not an alternative to human connection. It is a practice ground for it. But not everyone feels this equally. Some people feel deeply, profoundly connected to animals, more than they've ever felt with most humans. There are 3 reasons this happens. Reason 1, a history of betrayal by people. When humans have been unpredictable, critical, conditional, or unsafe, the nervous system learns humans are a threat source. Animals carry none of that history. Every interaction is clean. Reason 2, being a highly sensitive person. If you process the world more deeply, if you feel other people's moods intensely, human social environments are genuinely exhausting. Animals generate none of that load. The quiet companionship of an animal is one of the few social experiences without a social tax. Reason 3, a capacity for empathy that needs somewhere to go. Research from BetterHelp and multiple empathy studies found this. People who feel most connected to animals often have an above-average capacity for empathy. But empathy for humans carries risk. Empathy for animals doesn't. Here is what I want you to understand. Feeling closer to animals is not a deficiency. It is a nervous system that knows how to read safety. Animals are genuinely safer social environments. Your preference is neurologically accurate. It is not a sign of broken human relationships. It is a sign of a nervous system that values safety. And research tells us something about these people. They tend to score higher on empathy scales, higher on compassion, higher on emotional intelligence, not less capable of human connection, more capable of it. The same sensitivity that makes animals feel like home is the same sensitivity that makes you deeply loyal. The capacity is not smaller, it is just more selective. So what do you do with this understanding? First, stop apologizing for it. You do not need to explain why you prefer animals. You do not need to be embarrassed by it. It is a neurologically informed preference. Second, use it deliberately. If your social battery is low, time with an animal is genuine nervous system recovery, not a substitute for human connection, a complement to it. Third, let it inform the relationships you choose. The ease you feel with animals is a template for what safe human connection feels like. Look for people who don't require a performance, people around whom your nervous system exhales. Those relationships exist. They are worth seeking. Let's go back to that moment. The silence, the exhale, the ease. Now you know what that is. Your social monitoring scanner switching off. Oxytocin releasing without threat. Cortisol dropping. Your nervous system arriving somewhere safe. That is not avoidance. That is intelligence. You are allowed to find people difficult. You are allowed to need the quiet of non-human company. And you are allowed to trust your nervous system's preferences. If this video made you realize something, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Someone who's been made to feel strange for finding animals easier than people. Now they have the neuroscience. Subscribe to keep understanding how your mind works. Next, why you feel lonely even when surrounded by people.